Picture two guys. Same city, same age, both 34, both went to the same university, graduated the same year, and landed jobs with nearly identical starting salaries. 10 years later, one of them owns a small apartment, has no credit card debt, and just turned down a job offer, not because it was bad, but because he didn't need it. He has options. As time. When his car broke down last month, he paid cash, went home, and forgot about it by dinner. The other guy earns more money now. Actually, he earns significantly more. He got promoted twice, drives a newer car, takes one vacation a year, posts photos from it, and has $400 in savings. Every unexpected bill is a crisis. Every month feels like sprinting on a treadmill that keeps speeding up. He's not irresponsible. He's not lazy. He's working harder than ever. Same city, same start. Completely different financial lives. The difference isn't income. It isn't luck. It isn't even discipline in the way most people define it. It's something quieter than that. Something most people never examine. This isn't about budgeting apps or cutting your coffee. It's about the invisible beliefs you absorbed before you ever got your first paycheck. Beliefs that were handed to you as wisdom, repeated until they felt like facts, and have been quietly costing you money every single month since you turned 30. Lies don't always feel like lies. Sometimes they feel like common sense. I'm going to show you the 7 money lies that keep educated, hardworking adults financially stuck, not because they don't earn enough, but because they're operating on a financial belief system that was never designed to build wealth. By the end of this, you'll see your money differently, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Let's start with the one that gets almost everyone. Lie number 1. Your income is your most important financial number. This is the one that feels the most true, which makes it the most dangerous. We are trained from childhood to chase income, get good grades to get a good job to earn a good salary. The entire educational system is built around this belief. So when people feel financially stuck, the automatic response is, I need to earn more. But here's what most people miss: income without a gap is just a faster treadmill. The number that actually determines your financial future is not what you earn. It's the difference between what you earn and what you spend. Economists call it your savings rate, and the math on this is brutal in its honesty. Someone earning $60,000 a year and spending $45,000 is saving $15,000, a 25% savings rate. Someone earning $120,000 and spending $110,000 is saving $10,000, less than 9%. The person earning half as much is building wealth faster. The hidden consequence of this lie is that every raise becomes a permission slip to spend more. Lifestyle the gap stays the same or shrinks, and after 10 years of promotions, the person wonders why they still feel broke. Nobody celebrates savings rate. Nobody posts about it, but it is the only number that actually moves you forward. Lie number 2. Debt is normal, so it's fine. We have normalized something that would have alarmed previous generations. The average person over 30 carries credit card debt, a car payment, student loans, and a mortgage, often all at the same time. And because everyone around them is doing the same, it doesn't feel dangerous. It feels like adulthood. But here's the psychological trick debt plays on you. It doesn't feel like a cost. It feels like a monthly payment, and monthly payments feel manageable. So you don't ask the real question, which is, what is this actually costing me in total? A $30,000 car financed over 60 months at a typical interest rate doesn't cost $30,000. It costs closer to $36,000 by the time it's paid off. And that's before you account for the opportunity cost of what that money could have done if it had been invested instead. It gets worse. The real damage of debt isn't the interest. It's the behavioral shift it creates. When you carry debt, a portion of your future income is already spoken for. You become less able to take risks, career risks, business risks, investment opportunities, because you have obligations that must be met every single month. Debt doesn't just cost money, it costs freedom. It costs options. It narrows the life you can afford to live. Normal is not the same as fine. Never confuse the two. Lie number 3. Buying is always better than renting. This one is so deeply embedded in our culture that challenging it feels almost unpatriotic. Homeownership is sold as the cornerstone of financial stability. Rent is throwing money away. Every landlord is getting rich off your payments. You've heard it 1,000 times. But here's what that framing deliberately leaves out. When you own a home, you pay mortgage interest, often for the first 10 to 15 years. The majority of your payment goes to interest, not equity. You pay property taxes every year. You pay insurance. You pay maintenance. Industry estimates suggest 1 to 2% of the home's value per year. You pay for repairs that renters simply call their landlord about. And if you need to move for a job opportunity or a life change, you face transaction costs that can run 5 to 10% of the home's value just to sell. None of these costs throw money away. They all do, in the exact same sense that rent does. This is not an argument against buying a home. For many people, in many markets, at the right time in life, buying makes complete sense. The lie is the blanket statement. The lie is the pressure to buy before you're ready because renting is somehow shameful. That pressure causes people to overextend, buy in the wrong market, or tie up capital that would have compounded significantly if invested instead. The right answer depends on your city, your life plans, your income stability, and the math of your specific market. Anyone who gives you a universal answer is selling you something. Lie number 4. Investing is for people who already have money. I'm not done yet because this lie might be the most expensive one on this list. It's the lie that sounds humble, responsible. Even, I'll start investing when I'm more stable, when I have more saved up, when things calm down a bit. Things do not calm down. And time is the only ingredient in investing that cannot be purchased later. Here is the reality of compound growth with real numbers. If you invest $300 per month starting at age 30 and you earn an average annual return of 8%, you will have approximately $440,000 by age 65. If you wait until 40 to start just 10 years later and invest the same amount at the same return, you'll have around $190,000. Same monthly contribution, same rate of return. A 10-year delay costs you $250,000. The hidden lie inside this lie is the belief that investing requires expertise or large capital. Modern index fund investing requires neither. You do not need to pick stocks. You do not need a financial advisor for the basics. You need consistency and time, both of which are available to you right now, not after some imaginary future stability arrives. Waiting is not caution. Waiting is the most expensive decision you can make. Line number 5. You deserve to enjoy your money now. This one is the trickiest because it contains real truth wrapped around a financial trap. You do deserve to enjoy your life. Full stop. A philosophy of endless deprivation in service of a retirement 40 years away is not a sound strategy. It's a gamble that assumes you'll be healthy, alive, and willing to enjoy things at 70 that you denied yourself at 35. But here's what most people miss. This truth has been weaponized by marketing to justify spending. That doesn't actually bring enjoyment. The research on happiness and spending is consistent and fascinating. Beyond a certain threshold of comfort, spending more does not produce proportionally more happiness. What does produce sustained life satisfaction is autonomy. The freedom to choose how you spend your time, and that freedom is purchased not with spending, but with saving and investing. The psychological trap is this: we spend to feel good now, and delay saving for a future self who feels like a stranger. Behavioral economists call this temporal discounting, the tendency to overvalue immediate rewards and undervalue future ones. Companies that want your money understand this mechanism better than you do, and they use it every time they offer you a payment plan, a rewards card, or a sale that ends tonight. Enjoying your money now is valid. But the version of enjoyment that leaves you financially fragile is not a treat, it's a tax on your future self. Lie number 6. Your financial problems are unique to your situation. People rarely say this out loud, but they believe it deeply. My debt is different. My housing market is impossible. My industry doesn't pay well. My expenses are genuinely unavoidable. There's something specific about my circumstances that means the general advice doesn't apply. But here's the brutal honesty. This belief is also one of the most effective ways the human brain protects itself from the discomfort of change. When we believe our situation is uniquely difficult, we are absolved of the need to act differently. We can stay on the same path and explain it as external constraint rather than internal choice. It's a psychologically comfortable position. It is also financially catastrophic. The person who owns a home on a modest income and the person drowning in debt on a higher income are not separated by circumstance nearly as much as they're separated by the decisions they made before the circumstances arrived. Emergency funds, low debt levels, consistent investing, these are not luxuries available only to high earners. They are the output of prioritization, often practiced during years when it was genuinely difficult. Your situation has real constraints, and within those constraints, you still have more agency than this lie allows you to believe. Lie number 7. Financial success means having more. This is the one nobody examines because the entire economic system is built on it. More income, more savings, more investments. A bigger number. We measure financial health by accumulation, by the size of the pile. And so the target always moves. You hit one number and the goalpost shifts. There is always a next level, a next milestone, a next reason to not yet feel secure. But here's what most people miss. This framing turns financial life into an infinite game with no winning condition. The person who has built genuine financial stability doesn't describe it in terms of a number. They describe it in terms of a feeling. The ability to say no to things that don't serve them. The ability to take a month off if something in their life requires it. The ability to handle the unexpected without the cortisol spike of crises. Financial security is not a number. It is a relationship between what you need and what you have. And you can change both sides of that equation. Some of the most financially stressed people earn well into 6 figures. Some of the most financially free people earn far less and made peace with the gap between desire and necessity in a way that freed them entirely from the accumulation treadmill. More is not the goal. Enough, well managed, and clearly defined is the goal. And that is something most people never sit down to actually define. Remember those two guys? Same start, same city, same degree. The one who turned down the job offer who paid for his car repair in cash and didn't think twice about it. He didn't have a higher income for most of his 30s. He actually earned less for several years. What he had was a different relationship with these 7 ideas. He didn't believe debt was inevitable. He didn't wait until he felt ready to invest. He defined what enough meant before the culture could define it for him. The one still sprinting, still exhausted, still one bad month away from a real problem. He did everything he was told. He chased income. He bought a house when people said he should. He upgraded his life every time his salary went up because he felt he deserved it. He is not a cautionary tale of laziness. He is the cautionary tale of unexamined belief. Most people never audit the financial beliefs they inherited. They run the software they were given and wonder why the outputs aren't working. The 7 lies in this video are not fringe ideas. They are the mainstream. They are what banks, automakers, mortgage lenders, and lifestyle marketers need you to believe in order to keep your money moving through their systems instead of accumulating in yours. The moment you see a belief as a belief rather than a fact, you have the option to change it. That option is worth more than any raise you'll ever get. If this hit differently than you expected, share it with someone who's working hard but still feels stuck. They'll know why when they watch it.